last week I said something that I shouldn't have said. Whether anyone was listening or not, whether it was in a casual conversation or not, there's no excuses, and I'm not here to make excuses. What I said was a homophobic slur, and it was completely in the wrong, completely distasteful, and it's a word that shouldn't be in my vocabulary. I apologized and mended things with the person that it was said about. I also apologized to the community. And I just want to come on and say thank you to everyone who left a comment, sent me a DM, or tweeted at me, whether it was like angry, it doesn't matter. It shows that you care, and it shows that you're willing to help me learn to be better. But most importantly, I am thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for someone that's sitting in front of me who is actually one of the first people, actually one of the only people that called me and told me that it was wrong and wanted to help educate me. And now I know a lot of influencers talk about like, oh my God, I'm gonna educate myself, I'm gonna do this. They don't really do it, but here we are. I'm gonna actively pursue being better and being a better influence and being better for you guys and trying to become the best version of myself. We're all human, we're all growing. And I just want to take accountability. But also, I want to welcome my very good friend on, Manny Mua, who is here to tell me how much of a piece of shit I
am. Hi, Harry. How are you?
I've been better, but I've also been worse.
Of course. No, absolutely. It's funny, guys, because like when he said that, I did call him. So I did call you that day. Yeah. And there was like 3 things I wanted. I was like, first, I was like, let me tell you how... Sorry, I can't be... This is serious.
Sorry, we are.
Okay. So the first thing was like, okay, I'm going to tell you how disappointed I am, because obviously I was disappointed in what was said. 2, be like, I'm canceling the podcast. I'm not coming on anymore. Because I was like, I did tell you this. I was like, I think it's not a good idea for me to come on the podcast, because I was like, I didn't know if I was like, am I going to be associating with someone who is okay with like saying these slanderous things against my community, essentially. Yeah. But number 3, of course, was to kind of just check in on you and see how you were doing, because I do know how hard it is when you're getting inundated with so many hate comments and so many things going on, when it's like, you had a slip up, obviously, but it's like one of those things where it's like, is it a slip up or is it like a constant? I think that's kind of where the conversation goes, where it's like, okay, well, was it too easy? Like it came out of your mouth too fast. Yeah. And it's like, is that a normal thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that like a normal word for you?
Yeah. No, I honestly think it was just, it's one of those things that as a straight male, I don't know the weight of it.
Totally, 100%.
And when I have my gay friends like throwing it around, I think, oh, maybe
like, I can be part of it too.
I'll join in.
Yeah.
So I think that was possibly the reason why that it was like so casual for me to say it in a derogatory manner. And now I'm like looking back, I was like, actually, you know what? Like I need to be a little bit more thoughtful in the weight of my words. And I guess I really, especially after coming off a phone call with you and like sitting down, like turning my phone off and like thinking about it all, I was like, actually, like this shit actually does hurt people, and it has, and I know like there's a lot of bullying and stuff for your community, and I was like, man, like I really, my biggest goal has always been to be a positive impact to make people laugh, and now I'm just taking 100 steps back.
Right. I think, the reason I decided to come on specifically was to kind of make like almost like to talk about it, because I think that this is one of those things where it's like, I think it just takes kind of communication and like knowing where someone else is coming from, and like the empathy kind of starts to play a role. So it's like, imagine like being on like this side of it, and it's like a word that's been used to like emasculate or demasculate men for so long, and it's like becomes like this word that's like, oh, you're less than me, so I'm gonna say the F slur towards you because you're gay, and it's like using like, oh, you're so gay in a bad way. It's like you're making it like less than. So it's like, obviously gay people are not less than straight people. Like everyone should be on the same wavelength, same pace. So it's like, there's no insult of like, you're so straight. Like that's not an insult. Right. But like when you're saying like you're an F slur, you're gay, it's like using this like word to hover over someone because you're like above them. It's like, oh, well, I'm better than you because you're gay. And it's like, that's not what it is. And so I think a lot of people have this trauma with this word. And a lot of gay people are taking the word back, and it's like becoming more of like a, what's up? Like girl, hey bitch. Like it's becoming that. But at the end of the day, it's like, a gay community is like saying it between themselves in like a funny way, and it's like how you say it is like, how do you say it? Where it's almost like it's not, you're using it to in like a bad way, a derogatory way. So it's like, even if you were to use it in like a fun, joking way, it's still like not appropriate to say. Yep. You know, because even like, and even part of like, I'm part of the LGBTQ plus community, obviously, and transgender people like have a word that starts with a T that's like a derogatory term, but they say it amongst themselves. Right. And even though I'm part of the community, that doesn't mean I should be saying it. Right. So it's like, it's not about like, oh, well, I'm friends with them, so I can say it too. It's like, well, you have to know what like the root of the word means, and it's literally been used in the past for, taking away power, like taking away the humanness of gay people.
Yeah, and like looking down on someone.
Yeah, and just looking down. It's like, well, that's why it like holds weight, and that's why it holds value. And obviously, it's like disappointing when it's like you had such a great, like the week prior was so great, and then it's like just seems like it's like, oh my god, 10 steps back. And that's why I called you, because I was like, what the fuck is literally going on?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, I was like, what is going on?
Well,
like,
did you get homophobic vibes from me?
What? Not at all.
Okay.
No, see, but that's also why I was like, this is a moment that, like, this is a learning experience. Right. And I think that this is a big thing for me personally, is like, if I have friends that like fuck up in my life, like, I'm like, let me talk to you and like, let's have this conversation. Like, I'm not the type, I'm like, let me just like tweet about it and like to get some clout likes. Like, I'm not like that. Yeah. So it's like, I would rather like call you.
You didn't tweet about me?
I didn't.
Fuck, man.
I know. I'm sorry. I talked about it in the podcast though. But it was like one of those things where I was like, I feel like this can be a learning experience for you. And like, even if you did, like, also you're not from the States, and it's like, well, maybe the culture's different back home. I don't know. I really have no idea. So it's like, I think this is one of those moments. So that's why I was like, I'm coming on the podcast because I want to talk about it. And like, especially if you have an audience that is predominantly heterosexual, that doesn't know the weight of the gravity of the word, it does hurt and it does suck. And people use words like that to hold over people's head,
Where is there any influences or people that I should look at, like actively look at online to get more education on this, or to find more inspiration to not say, or like not I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do you think that there is like anywhere I can look online to find more information on this stuff, or to be a little bit more open-minded of the struggles that you guys go through?
Absolutely. Like there's so many different, I can send you some too, like on the side. But there's like the LGBT Center here in LA. Like you can like look on these websites and they will literally help you. Like I'm trying to think of some other ones, like itgetsbetter.com. Like there's so many different situations where it can, like you can see the site and they'll explain to you a little bit more of like where the other site's coming from. But I think there's a difference between like someone telling you on Twitter and then someone telling you in like your real life, like, hey, like this is fucked up and you got to like realize that this is why and you need to move forward in the best way. And I think it's awesome that you took what was said and like you apologize and you're moving forward in the best way. And I'm sure you'll like not say it again, because you start to understand more of like why it sucks and like why it hurts. And I think that it takes it's like one of those things where you have to like kind of be in that situation to know. Yeah. And like obviously you should have known better. It's like we're in 2021. Like obviously don't figure that word. You're figuring it, but you're figuring it out as you go. And I think that there's always room for growth and always room for change. Yeah, I think it was also such a blessing, like how vocal the community is as well. Yeah. Like the fact that there was, again, like so many comments, a lot of messages sent and tweets. That made, for me, that shows that like people actually care and they care about like helping someone get educated on this. And I think that was one of the best things that like came out of this is like, wow, there's actually, like an amazing community of people that are inspired and want to make me understand, like especially the audio listeners of this podcast who shot us DMs right away and were just like, hey, like this isn't okay. We need you to be better. And that was, I guess, the biggest blessing out of all this. How do you think that I could, moving forward, be a better influence and be more, I guess, like better for the community? For me, it's always about you always finding what you seek, right? So like you have to actively be finding and looking for things to be better. And so you need to, listen to your gay friends or, any other friends you might have that are in the community in some way. It's like listen to their struggles, listen to where they're coming from. And I think that naturally we as people start to get empathetic with people. And it's like you have to like actively seek out answers, actively seek out people's stories because you start to understand. Like when you hear people's like devastating stories about them being gay or being called these words or getting hate crimed, it's like, oh, fuck, like I don't want to say this word because it associates with so much negativity. And then it becomes like, oh, you might not be able to, let's say, empathize, but you can sympathize in that situation because it's like, you might not have ever faced that, but it doesn't mean a lot of people don't. So it's more so about like you'll find what you seek. If you're looking for answers, if you're looking for people wanting, like if you're looking to be a better person, like you'll get there. But like even this, like us having this conversation on the podcast, I know you were like nervous too, and I was like, well, I think it's really great to like have this conversation and just talk, and like from like friend to friend, especially someone that like I just glammed you, everything was really really great, and I never got what you just stayed over the other night. I was just at your house. Wow. We were just chilling together, and I was like, that's weird, I didn't get this vibe from you. So that's why I was like confused because it was so like opposite of like what I honestly feel like I'm a good judge of character.
Yeah.
I feel like I can like see people
Well, you missed
for
the
who they
mark on
are.
this one. I don't know what's
Clearly,
Come on, Manny.
clearly, I was
What
like,
is-
wow, I guess I'm gonna go.
You just randomly went blind for a day?
Yeah, so I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I'm usually a good judge of character, but I don't think that, again, I don't think you're a bad person. I told you this on the phone. I
Yeah.
don't think you're a bad person. I think that you just have a lot of growing to do and just like learning, and I'm rooting for you. Obviously, I want you the best for you, but I also want the best for my community too. So
Yeah, of course. And I think that is, I guess this is, like a very big part of it, because people need to have these conversations. And there's a lot of, I guess, like straight guys out there that may use this word casually or throw it around, that need to hear this conversation, that there is a lot of weight to these words. This stuff does hurt. This stuff does sting. When girls say that my calves are very skinny.
small,
Yeah, that hurts.
yeah, it hurts.
So we have to think about stuff.
and that's something you can't change. And you just can't change it.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you work it out, it just
Yeah,
doesn't.
fuck
They don't
me,
grow.
man. Yeah. But I can change my attitude.
But you can change your attitude.
And
And I
my
think that you
influence.
can always seek out to be better, always.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I'm the type of person where like I would like to just like talk to a friend and like handle that shit behind the scenes and like know that I'm there for them, but
Yeah.
also keeping them accountable behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
I
too.
think that was the realest thing about you, is the fact that you legitimately picked up the phone and you were like, hey, I'm going to check it. And first off, you want to make sure my mental health was okay.
Right.
And then you wanted to talk to me about it, which is what I literally texted you like 4 times, like, you're so real. Like, that's very rare. The fact that, we also hung out once.
Yeah.
Like, we do text like a lot, but it's very rare, the fact that you were just, the first thing you did was just to make sure I was okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really appreciate it, because there's not a lot of people like you, especially in this city. And yeah, it was a bit of a eye-opening experience. And you know what? Like, I actually genuinely am grateful for it, because the lessons that have been learned, and the fact that we're having this conversation, and the fact that now there's people listening that will be able to think twice or think differently about it. But
Totally.
Anything you want to add? Anything you want to add before we make it funny?
Before we make it funny,
well,
I'm dead with you.
Like what are like some actionable things that that we could do to turn this situation into a positive in the end, and become to benefit the
Honestly,
community?
like I think it's about finding what you seek, and like honestly, so I do feel like there is power in like putting where your money where your mouth is too. Like, if you like have been shitty to LGBT community, like, then donate to them. Like, I'm not saying that like putting money and everything is going to solve a problem, but it does help, and I think that it does help like great causes. So it's like, well, donate some money then. Like, if you're going to be about it and like be about action and about saying these things, and like not only should you be changing behind the scenes, but like also like show it too. Like, if you're gonna like be about, if you're gonna be about the change, then like be about it. You know what I mean?
Where should I donate?
I'll send you some links.
Yeah.
I'll send you.
Is
some
it
links.
OnlyFans links?
And then we'll
No,
put
it's not OnlyFans links. No. Good try though.
we'll put them in the description.
That would be really
of
cool.
the
That'd be really
YouTube
really cool.
video,
I would definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it is, it's good. I think that
Anything-
even this conversation is fun. Like, this is
Yeah.
good. Like, this is learning. This is growing. This is like what accountability looks like. So
Yeah.
I think that's really really important, is to hold yourself accountable. I'm not saying to cancel you, but just like
No.
be accountable for like
Well,
things that happen.
I think that was why, like, I also wanted to add on, like, people messaging me, because that shows that people care, and the fact that they want to see me be better. So
And grow.
Whether it was like, Harry, you're a nasty piece of shit, I bet you've got a tiny dick.
Right.
It's
True.
Still helps. No,
I'm kidding.
I'll send you a photo. You know I'm holding a hammer.
Oh my god! Not Thor over here swearing that he has whatever the Thor's hammer is called. but-
Okay, should we make this fun now?
Yes, I'm glad we had this talk though. Seriously,
No.
we had to have it
I appreciate you coming on,
for sure.
but most importantly, I appreciate you coming out.
Oh, I am too. 12 years later, here we are.
We're here. Manny, Meaty Cock Manny.
Yes, that is my nickname.
The first question that I wanted to ask you, right?
What?
What type of skincare brands should dudes wear? Because again, look, I was thinking about this on the way over. I had no idea what to put on my skin as a straight dude, because like, who's gonna spend time in a
Right.
skincare store? We want to be outside hammering nails.
Not hammering fucking nails. Not Handy Manny over here swearing.
But I'm just saying, for the dudes, the queens that maybe don't know what to put on their skin, what is step one? Like, I know you have a very intense routine.
You guys, you know what's so funny? So when I glammed Harry, Afterwards, I was like, so you could just go? He's like, no, I need help taking it off.
Yeah.
So we literally went to my bathroom and we literally like cleansed his skin, moisturized. Like we did a whole
was
little
so
routine.
much.
And okay, it was not that bad.
Are you crazy?
We literally removed your makeup and put moisturizer on. That's like the most basic ass bitch ass step of all time.
No, there was like 10 steps.
No. It was doing the makeup. Yeah, there was like more steps, but like taking it off.
Yeah.
No.
No, it was craziness.
No. No, it really was. It was not that bad. But I would just suggest, like, honestly, especially when you don't have a lot of time or don't really care. Like, I think at the end of the day, like, a lot of guys don't care.
Yep.
Like, there's like,
I've
oh, like,
never
whatever.
put anything on my face.
And you
Like, I
have
don't even
gorgeous
use-
skin.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what everyone's doing
I don't
wrong.
even use soap.
Just leave it.
No. But it's, at the end of the day too, it's also like prevention, right? It's like if you take care of your skin when you're younger, like your older skin is gonna thank you for it.
Right.
It's like,
Okay, but do I need to do like I did buy some stuff that was for dudes and it's like 7 steps.
what does it say? Is it like for men?
I think so. It says
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
They make it like really easy for you.
Yeah.
Like really like
'Cause
like
I'm
caveman.
not gonna read it.
Yeah,
so
like
I'm
a caveman.
Number
like,
1,
oh,
okay.
1, 2, 3, me. Yeah,
That's
okay.
me. But
Got
like,
it.
what do we do? I need to do that bunch of shit?
I mean, if you bought this kit, then yeah, do what the kit says.
Yeah, but it could be horseshit to keep me locked in for life.
No, but honestly, I think that for me, it's like if you cleanse your skin, if you hydrate it, and you add like some sunblock, like that's
put
like
sunscreen
an
on your
easy.
shit?
Of course, I put sunscreen on. I put sunscreen on every single day.
Is there any sunscreen you recommend that?
Yeah,
so you don't get
Tu-
pimples?
there's Tula, Bliss, so many different kinds.
I'm getting naked
What are you talking about? Why are you taking off your clothes?
because I'm sweating.
Okay, I was like, what are you doing?
That's the promo clip.
I was like, why are you getting naked right now? No, but there's tons. Bliss, Tula. There's tons of different ones. I use this one from Kate's. Kate Somerville. There's a bunch of different kind. A bunch of
what
different
did you
kind.
say?
I don't even know. I lost my train of thought. But there's a bunch of different kind that I can, of course, like send you guys to. But sunscreen's super important. Like you have to be able to make sure your skin's gonna like look good when you're older.
You put it
like,
on every day?
Every day, every morning.
What do your neck? No.
On my neck, my face, and my ears.
Really?
Yeah. But also, like, imagine like how bad sun damage is. Like, it's bad. Like, especially if people
I've
like
never
to
had it.
Yeah, you have. Don't even like. I'm looking straight at you. I was like, I know you had it. Don't even try to play. But no, it's super super important. Like, we all have to be.
Yeah.
Hello, use SPF. If you're listening to this, please use SPF.
Okay, so people tuning in, hydrate.
Uh-huh.
Just put some water on your face.
So no. We're
Get
going to
a
cleanse.
hose. Go outside.
No.
Put water on your face. That's hydrated enough.
Yeah, that's good. It just drink water. You're fine.
And then
That's not enough. We need more. Obviously, there's like so much more that goes into it, like depending
Yeah.
on your skin type. But at the end of the day, cleanse, moisturize, some SPF, you should be okay.
and you're good. That's a good.
It's a
Start.
good start. I would say it's a good start.
And do you put stuff on at night?
Of course I do.
Oh, how many? How big?
So
is-
my routine, I would say, so I cleanse, I tone, I double serum, so that's like 4 things. Eye cream.
Oh. Yes, you do.
Not cream.
Yes.
Not cream. Eye cream.
You're a little creamer over
You're
here.
so stupid.
In the evening.
And then
A creamsicle.
moisturize and
Yeah?
So it's like 7, 8 steps.
Halloween's around the corner. Everybody is deciding what they're going to wear as their costume, but what are you going to wear under your costume?
That is the big question. And to be honest, if you want to be wrapped up like a naughty little present this Halloween, we have the solution for you.
Parade's got you covered.
Parade is here, and I know you guys love them because Parade keeps coming back, so that means you love them, and we love them. We love their products. We love everything they do, and they've come out with a fucking crazy collection,
The Sugar Rush Collection,
which is gonna sell out. It's out of control.
It's gonna sell out. You want sprinkles?
There's sprinkles, there's stripes, there's candy-inspired prints. Look, I'm telling you right now, if you walk in the bedroom with sprinkles on your little bum,
Yep.
it's getting eaten.
Hell yeah!
It's getting eaten, and we're busting in seconds. I'm going to tear that shit up because you just know it's sweet, sexy, and elegant. Now, if you want to feel sexy and look like nice little sprinkles on this beautiful Halloween, go to www.yourparade.com/tapin. You get 20% off $25 plus orders on all products and free shipping. You literally can't lose with this. So grab it before they sell out.
That's a good deal.
I'm going to come. Jesus
You
Christ.
can. That's not that bad though. But I'm also like a bitch when it comes to
like-
like my teeth too. Like I'll be like I have like a 4-step teeth routine.
What the
too.
fuck you doing on your teeth?
Like flossing, water picking, brushing.
what the fuck's a water pick?
Oh, I want to get one of those.
Dude, water picking is like literally life changing.
What the fuck is a water pick?
It's like a little like tiny like machine that like shoots water between your teeth to like make sure you get everything.
Are you crazy?
I swear.
What the fuck is
And
that
so
for?
I also have like literally veneers, so I'm like I need to make sure they last a
Some
long time.
Hollywood shit. Sometimes I don't clean my teeth before bed.
You're lying.
I swear to God.
Like what
I
do you
get,
like? You don't brush?
I get too tired.
Oh. If anything, I'll skip. I was like, I'll skip the water picking tonight. But that's as much as I go. Even if it's like 4
Really?
in the morning. Yeah.
So
Even if I'm
you're
exhausted.
flossing, and then you're also like, let's fucking blast this bitch with some water.
Yes,
And
and,
then
then
you
brush,
clean?
and then I do mouthwash. So 4. That's 4 steps.
Mouthwash?
Yes.
Actually, I always got told mouthwash is terrible for you.
Yeah,
From
because
who?
I think it kills the good bacteria.
Okay, but it
No,
depends. It
no,
depends
no,
on the
no.
mouthwash you're using too.
No, because the inside of your mouth is the most like absorbent skin that there is. So by like washing it around, you're like absorbing all that bad shit. It's what I got told
I
from
thought your
dentist.
asshole is the most absorbent thing.
I haven't figured that one out yet.
That's just what I heard.
Yeah.
Like that's why people like put like alcohol-filled tampons up their ass to like get drunk faster. That's like the thing.
You've done that?
No, I haven't, but I know people have. You've done that.
Not yet.
No, I feel like you would though. You'd try it.
100%. Are you
You
crazy?
would definitely try it.
No, that's dangerous.
But yeah, but it's
you
not
can
like it's
die.
like no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People have died from that stuff.
What from like alcohol
Yeah, because
poisoning?
it bypasses your liver.
And go straight to your asshole.
Yeah, it's really bad for you. So you can get drunk like.
No, it goes to your bloodstream, not to your fucking asshole. What? That's so scary. Like honestly, I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
I know that you can.
So don't do it.
I've heard of there's people like putting kegs up their ass and dying.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna put a
How do
whole
you
ass
put a keg up your ass?
Well, no, there was. I think there was a story on like those Darwin's, like the funny deaths, how people die.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, and I was reading one. Well, I wasn't reading. My brother was reading it out loud.
Because you don't read. Yeah, because you don't read.
That's
yeah,
Australian
You're caveman.
bedtime stories.
No,
Uh-huh.
legitimate. And they were saying that like some dude legitimate like blew up.
That is. This is why you just don't stick anything up your ass. Like obviously, I don't know what that's.
You would
like.
never?
No, of course not.
Wow.
You're kidding. I'm totally kidding.
So Manny, we spoke about it briefly on your when we're doing the glam. I was gonna say podcast.
When we're
but
glamming.
It was my
A
first ever
YouTube.
glam. I've never done it
Yes.
before. That's why it feels so weird to say.
So pretty.
How did you get started in this whole beauty
In the
guru
world?
Yeah, or in the world? Yeah,
In the
Did you
world,
get
yeah.
birth?
I was born. Yeah, I was
Wow.
born. So I started in the beauty space because about like 7-8 years ago, I was like working at a restaurant, and the place I was working at, like, you have a week to find a job. Good luck, and everyone's like scrambling.
But you're
to,
like, I've
what
got
the
one.
fuck? Like, no, I didn't. I
No.
was like screwed.
You're like, I'm at work, and they're like, you have a week to find a job. I'm like, no, I found one.
No, I got it.
Yeah, don't worry about
Hand
it.
job, blow job, all the jobs.
Oh,
I thought that where you were going
No.
with. You honestly, you make me say more sexual fucking jokes.
nah, you're just horny.
No,
You're
it's you.
so
You
horny.
start that
Are you
shit.
creeping?
No, he starts that. He makes me fucking be like that. But so it was. Yeah, I was like, we have a week to find a job, and I was like, okay. So I just like I had applied to Sephora because a friend of mine worked there, and like apply. And so I applied, and I remember when I went in for the interview, they're like, okay, cool. Like the interview before work even or before it even started, someone like came in, and I like sold them a product that I had no idea about. They were like, oh, well, I need a primer for oily skin. And I knew about one because I had like been studying. And so I got a primer and I sold it to her. And they were like, oh, you just sold a product. And I was like, yeah, I don't even work here. And I sold the product. And so I got hired because I basically just like kind of did exactly what I needed to do in that moment. So I got hired there. And then I started working at Mac afterwards. And that's kind of when I started my Instagram.
Right.
I was like, I have a Manny Mua Instagram. I was just kind of like playing with the idea of playing with makeup essentially. And I had like blocked all my family members. I blocked all the people that go to my church.
Really?
Like everyone was blocked from my life. Like on it, like it was like almost I was living this like Hannah Montana life. Like
oh wow.
no one knew what I was doing because I had everyone blocked. Because I like I grew up super religious. I grew up Mormon, so it's like I had a very
had
like
you come
religious
out at this
upbringing.
point?
Yes.
Okay.
And it wasn't like an easy coming out.
No.
So this is when I'm like 22, 23 years old, and so I'm like
And where are
blocking
you
it from
from?
everyone. I'm from San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not from Utah. No, not from Utah. But so I was like kind of doing that behind the scenes, and then my parents, like someone from like church, told them like, "Oh, is this like your son?" And I was like,
No way.
oh my, and I like had a meltdown because they're like, is this you? And I'm like,
I mean, no, it's clearly someone with
And
makeup on.
No,
I would
literally,
never
I'm like,
wear
I would
makeup.
never do that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
So they saw it and they're like, are you trans? Like, and they were so confused because they never had known like anyone that even like doing makeup like that was a boy. They even knew gay people, honestly.
Wow.
So I was like, no, I'm not. And I think it just kind of took time to kind of realize what it really was. And I was like, no, it's just an art form for me. Like I just enjoy doing it and I have fun with makeup. So they finally came around, years
Really?
later. Yeah, like years
It took
later.
a long time.
It just took a while because I think that they were really confused. And I think that just took a lot of time to like, especially when it comes to like parents and like, let's say gay kids, it does take two to tango. It's like you have to, as the kid, you have to be patient with your parents because a lot of times they don't understand what's going on. You can't just be like, well, fuck you, don't understand me because like they don't know either.
Right.
And as a parent, you obviously have to like love your kid and understand where they're coming from too. So luckily for me, like I had so much love in my life that like I was like blessed to be able to have parents that like wanted to understand me and I wanted to understand them. So it obviously turned out like great.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
But it was definitely like hard in the beginning because they were really confused and I was confused. I was like, I would be the one praying the gay away. Like literally every single night I'm like, please don't let me be gay. And I would wake up still gay. So I'm like, not working. Because the thing is I knew that if I was gay, that it would just be like a harder life for me. Like back, like especially like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Like gay bashing was even more rampant. Like there was just so much going on. Like it was just even harder for gay people back then. So it's like I knew I was like that would be opposition for me, and I was like the kind of kid that like I was a people pleaser. Like I had straight A's. I played volleyball in high school. I went to like the Junior Olympics. I was like, hella good, and like I was like this like perfect kid. But like other than that, for me,
Damn, I remember when I was a kid, I was praying to hit puberty. It took me so long.
you still haven't hit it yet.
No, I haven't.
I know.
Clearly.
Yeah, it
I hope
sucks.
it hits me soon so I can grow a little bit.
Just like a little taller.
Yeah, no, I'm
6'4" I don't know.
A couple more inches would hurt.
Yeah, just a couple.
So how did you start to grow your account? Like, so you started strictly on Instagram?
So I started on Instagram, and
Was it other people's faces or yours?
it was mine. So
Oh,
I was
wow.
like basically just showing the makeup that I
so
would
you
wear
couldn't
at work.
hide it to your parents.
I couldn't hide it. That's why I blocked them, everyone.
Oh,
That's why everyone was
shit.
blocked because I was like, okay, I can't hide it because it's literally me wearing like showing the makeup I wear at work. So people were asking like, oh, how do you do that? And I was like, oh well, I don't know. I just like, do it.
How did you get good at it though? Did you have
I would
someone
practice
teach you?
every single day. I like would watch YouTube and I would practice every single night.
Wow.
I would lock my room door. And
Yeah.
I would take my mom's pigments from her room, like her makeup from her room, lock my door and like practice like on like a little thing. And I would take like my shitty brushes I got at Walmart just to like practice and to be good at it.
Wow.
Because I was like, well, if I'm gonna work at this place, like I need to like learn how to do it, right?
Right.
So I would just practice. And I told my parents that I was working at JCPenney and not at Sephora inside JCPenney. I was like, oh, I worked in shoes.
Oh.
But like I would literally, so what I would do is I would get glam for work, jump out my window, drive to work.
Fuck.
I would drive to work.
like jump out the window.
No, I literally like jump out my window. No, it wasn't like it wasn't tall or anything. I would jump out my window, go to work, come back, take off all my makeup in my car, and I'd come in and be like, yeah, I just worked at shoes today.
Wow. We sold 10 pairs.
Yeah, 10 pairs was really, really great. Whereas like I was literally full glam at work.
Was it?
Did you ever have anyone see you? Like,
I did.
Yeah.
It happened to me a couple times, but luckily it was like such fleeting moments that they weren't like people like I knew really, really well. Just like in passing, I was like, oh, I remember you from like junior high.
Right.
So it wasn't anything crazy. I was just like, oh, okay. Like you're not like affiliated with me in that way, like with knowing my family well.
Did anyone get weird that there was a male doing their makeup?
It was definitely no. Actually, honestly, when it came to doing the makeup, like everyone was like really, really cool and really, really chill.
Really?
I think I had a couple like weird. I mean, when I would walk through the mall, like let's say on my lunch break, it was definitely like I would get a lot of weird stares. This is also like 10 years ago, so it's like
Yeah.
you have to remember it's like a different time frame. It's not the same like how it is now. Even though now like I still get weird stares like walking
Maybe
around.
it's that fat juicy ass.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's the fat juicy ass
Yeah.
personally.
I get many stares from my fat juicy ass.
Do you?
Yeah. I saw you look at it.
I have not. Not yet. But so I would get like these really weird stares, but I feel like in the Sephora it was like a little haven because it's like
Yeah.
people would come in and they would know they would be expecting to see people in makeup, whether it's a boy or a girl. Like they would be anyone in between. So I didn't really have any kind of weird qualms about that. A lot of people were like really cool, and I think that they enjoyed my personality, so they would like ask for me and they'd be like, oh, I would love for you to do my makeup, or you would like sell me this
Wow.
product because they just enjoyed my company.
So how did you transition Sephora to
Mac.
all the way?
To more.
Yeah.
So what happened was the people were asking like, okay, how do you do this makeup, right? Like, what do you do? How do you do it? How do you do this base? How do you do this eye? So finally they were like, you should create a YouTube channel, like show us what to do. And I was like, okay, I've never like thought about doing that, but people on Instagram were like, you should totally do it and just kind of see what comes of it. I was like, okay, I'll try. So I like borrowed my mom's camera. I like bought like these Amazon like little like lights.
Really?
Yeah, I bought the Amazon lights, and then I just like locked my door and like filmed in front of my closet, and just like show this is like my routine for going to work. And so that's kind of how it started. And then that kind of started to grow because back then, boys in like the beauty space just weren't
a thing
as much. It just, there was a couple, of course, but it was just so small. And especially boys that like had a beard. Because for me, I was like, well, I'm not trying to really female present. I just want to have fun with my art and just play. And like, I enjoy like in moments where like I feel like I can look pretty, I can look more masculine. Like I like getting to kind of play and teeter on that.
Yeah.
But for me, it wasn't about like wanting to be female or for female impersonating.
Right.
So it was kind of like, oh, that's so strange. Like I'm interested.
Yeah, like
so
curious.
So I think I kind of grew off the curiosity, to be honest. So back in the day, there was a lot of like, you're gay, you should go kill yourself, because you know those kind of comments back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I still get them, but not nearly as much as it once was. And so I think that's kind of what grew me, is because people were like, oh, this is like weird.
Yeah.
Like, why is this boy wearing makeup?
Did you have anybody that you looked up to, or like anybody that you watched or anything?
Honestly, not. I would just kind of scroll, because I was trying to learn myself. So I would just kind of scroll and just learn. And I was like really into like RuPaul. Thought RuPaul was really cool and really just an icon for me, really, because I was like, well, look at this like drag queen who's like making all this amazing stuff happen for herself.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, look, and that's just like her being herself, right? Like that, they were just presenting how they wanted to. So I was like, oh, I think I can do that too.
What was there ever a moment where you just like, holy shit, like this is gonna change my life forever? Like, was there one video that like just went berserk?
It wasn't even one video. For me, what it was I remember I was at work and I was working at Mac and I was on a shift and I had maybe like 50,000 followers on YouTube, and I was like, I mean, that was like a hella back then too. And same with on Instagram. And there was like, during that shift, I had like maybe like 10 people come up to me and recognize me at work. And I was like, this is so weird. Like you watch my videos on YouTube and you see my content, you follow me. And it was like so strange to have so many people come up to me in one shift that I was like, could this like be a thing? You know, I was like, could this be like my new normal in like this weird way?
And then you quit?
And then once I hit 100,000 subs on YouTube,
because crazy.
I was making enough money on YouTube to be like, okay, well, I don't need to work at Mac anymore.
Wow, times have changed with YouTube.
Yeah. So once I hit 100,000 subs, I was like, okay, I'm leaving. And
how
I'm,
much
like,
money
was
100K making you back then?
I think it was like $2,500
a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25. But see, it would grow every single month.
Right.
So it would be like, I would say like I got like $300, and then I would got like $5,000, and then it got to like, it would just kind of grow. So I was like, oh shit, like this could like be a thing. I'm like, I ain't forget, I no more. I ain't putting liner on no one no more.
Wow. Papa
So
me.
you, and so I was like, no, like I think that I'm gonna leave this and like kind of really just dive in, even though it was just like not my path, because I was also like in school at the time. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. Like I was like, so I have my bachelor's of science degree in health science.
Oh, she's smart.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's sweet, smart, pretty. Like she
does
does it all.
Does it all.
She does it all.
Has a gorilla grip.
A gorilla grip, gorilla mouth.
Oh my. Oh my god.
Look, he does it though. Like like he be bringing this stupid shit out.
You said it.
It's you.
So how did you essentially turn this into like your full-time career? Were you posting once a week? Like
I would post, I think, like once a week, and then once I like was like, I'm going full in, I'm gonna post several times a week, and I'll post like 2 to 3 times a week.
And is that the key to getting ahead in YouTube world?
Honestly, YouTube now, like I don't even know, because people ask me all the time, like, well, how do I get big on YouTube? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like, back then it was just a different time.
Right.
I grew differently in a different space where it's like it wasn't as competitive, and I think that now the space is so competitive. There's so many people doing so many different things, and it's like if you aren't, let's say, blowing up on TikTok, then like, are you gonna blow up at all? Or like on a show, or like it needs to be like almost like a boom quickly,
or just in like a scandal.
Or a scandal, as you would know.
Many
scandals.
I was driving on the way here. I was like, I'm actually a piece of shit. Like I've been in a couple accidentally. I just fall into them.
You just
and
we fall into it. Got it.
Like,
I mean, I've been in scandals too. Like I've totally been in many.
That's the next question, I guess. Like, how do you no? What scandals you get? No. How do you like actively like navigate through that? Because growing up, right, as we're young, it's like I remember being a teenager was possibly the hardest time of my life, but I couldn't imagine doing it with like followers and an audience where everyone's like critiquing everything that you're doing. I guess what advice would you give people that maybe on the smaller scale, like influencing, and they're getting their first bit of hate? How do you move through that?
for me, I think the most important thing is like kind of taking a pause real quick and seeing what's going on like on the space and be like, okay, what happened? Why am I upsetting people? What's going on? And kind of evaluate from there. And like for me, I think that there's like this thing about like fanning the flame when the fire is already hot, right? So I'm like, for me, I'm like, why can't you like, you can take some time for yourself before you address something. Like you can do whatever you want, essentially. Like for me, for example, like if there's like something happening and it's like so hot and like no one wants to listen to you. For me, it took like, let's say from even 2018 when I was quote unquote canceled. It was a year later when I was talking about like that experience and like how I've been in that last year that people were actually starting to listen to me a year later because they're like, oh, well, I'm kind of like over that drama.
Right.
You know, so I think that's really, really important to kind of, when you're in it, you don't have to be like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. This is what's going on. A lot of the times, like people are just so scared that it's happening that they feel like they have to say something immediately because they don't know what's going to transpire from it. They're just like, I'm freaked out. Like, I don't know. I'm going to have a panic attack.
Yeah. I think what's hard when there's like comments like,
right. When they're flooding in.
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, you can, at the end of the day, truly, you could turn off your phone and like they're not there.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, because like at the like this isn't a job where like there's people in your face screaming at 100 people in your face commenting to you that you're a piece of shit. It's literally like on your phone. So it's like if you just take a second and just like kind of evaluate what's going on, see where you went wrong and try to sympathize with other people.
Yeah.
That's like when I think that like the magic happens because it's like, okay, honestly, I did fuck up in this and I'm gonna own my shit. And honestly, if you do own your shit and you fucked up and you know you fucked up, own your shit and move forward and like remember those times so that you cannot make the same mistake again. Because I think that's really, really important. Like even for me, like back in the day, like I feel like I was a little bit more problematic than I am now. And it's like, I remember those times where like how it was hard and how I hated being like in that way. So now I'm like, I appreciate those times how they were, but I feel like I've grown and learned in a different way. And people are like actually wanting to hear what I say instead of back then being like, no, fuck you. Like you're just problematic. You're just a bitch. So it's like, okay, well, like I've learned and I've grown. And I think it's really about walking the walk, like showing that you've grown, not just saying that you will.
Yeah.
So.
I can show it grows, Manny.
Got it. I did. Okay. See, honestly, the way you can make it out of anything is honestly a talent. I think it's a fucking talent. The way you can make a sex joke about anything is honestly talent. That's a talent.
I'm way too horny all the time.
Like all the time.
No, like actually, there was this one. I'm not lying. There's this one girl that I met where I just couldn't keep up. I'm like, yo, like,
what do you mean?
Please stop. Like, we would have sex, right? Job is done. I'm relaxed.
Like you're done.
I'm sweating. You know, give me at least 20 minutes to like, get ready.
To reset,
to recharge, and be like, you know, let's fuck it and go.
Right.
We'll be laying there butt ass naked and she'll just put it in her mouth. I'm like, yo, like stop.
It's still soft.
Like
it's not gonna go hard.
It's sensitive. And now I'm like angry. So when it comes back around again, like I'm gonna be very angry.
Got it.
Like, be
okay,
very
got it.
aggressive.
And aggressive.
But I swear to God, I got her from the airport. Now, mind you, no time frame on this. This could have been years ago. This could have been last week. So like legitimately picked her up from the airport and we were getting ready to go out because we were gonna go to dinner. And she's like, oh, why don't you fuck me? I was like, what? I have to go to dinner. I was like, I just met you.
Like, let's calm down.
Can I take you to dinner first?
Yeah.
Like, please. Go to dinner, like, literally that night, probably like 4 or 5 times. And she's like laying there. She's like, how many times you've come tonight? I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know. Like, I think I'm maxed out. Like, please. Like
you, like,
it's dry down there.
It's like fucking dust. Like, what do you do?
Literally, I'm shooting
like,
blanks.
Like, there's nothing happening.
Literally. And then, like, I'm glad that I, like, fall asleep so quick. So I fell asleep. Next day I woke up, she's just, like pulling it out. I was like, hey, like, I'm asleep.
You're like, I need time.
Yeah. Like,
I need
let me, like,
a break.
get a coffee. Like, I'm a little bit hungover. And she's like, oh, it's hard. Like, what do you want me to do? Not, like, suck it? I'm like, yo, I'm asleep. Like, I am dead asleep. But it was kind of fun.
I mean, honestly, that's a great story. Because it's kind of like, holy shit, like they were like down, like the way you're down.
No, but like more so. And then I was like, oh, let's go out to the living room. And the boys are out there. Let's watch a movie. The boys. No, don't. No, but we'd like sit there watching a movie. And she starts like, grab my situation from the boys. I swear to God.
And what did they like say anything? They're just like, what the fuck? Like,
well, I just got fed up and I put on a live sex show for the boys, so I didn't really care.
Oh,
it was great.
So it's like that.
Well, I was just like, look, well, we're here.
You're like, we're already here. Might as well.
They know what's going on. So do we. We may as well just rip the blankets off and just give everyone a show. And that's what happened.
Are you lying?
I swear to God, I have a video of it.
That's what you did?
Yeah.
Harry.
What?
No way. Like honestly, it's kind of brave. Like for me, I'm not the type of person that like wants people to watch me doing it. Like,
Really?
I don't know. I've never like been into that really.
Don't put me in a room with someone who's equally as horny and then my friends around because I don't care.
Like you're just like fuck it, whatever.
Well, I fucked in a cemetery. So like, there's not
the
really
disrespect for the ghosts.
and a church as well. So there's not really any limits that
you just really stuck that one in.
I won't go to.
Got it. So there's no. But see, the thing is, I've been in situations where it's like I'll be, let's say, in like a steam room, and there's like 3 other guys in the steam room, and they're like all gay, and they're like wanting to jerk off with each other, and I'm like, I like don't really want to jerk off with you guys.
You can only be in steam rooms for like 10 minutes, no?
because I'm already dying because it's so hot already.
You're already choking. You don't want to
Like
choke on a cock as well.
Literally, and they're literally. I've had this guy like once, like he like grabbed me. I don't think I've ever talked about this, but he like grabbed me like on my neck and was like trying to get me to like suck his dick, and I was like, bro, like I'm literally just like trying to survive in here in the steam.
Yeah, I think a sauna's hot, but a steam room's a little bit like unless you come out of it, but like. I feel like in it. Have you been in a steam room?
Yeah.
It's so fucking difficult to breathe.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
what are you like supposed to do?
How are you meant to take a cock in there?
I literally don't know. This is also why I'm like, this is not happening. But but like, let's say if like there was a guy that was hot and I was in there and like I think he's hot, but there's other guys watching. I'm like,
You won't?
I don't think so.
You won't bust it down?
I don't think so. I don't know. It depends.
Damn,
like if they're hot as fuck, then yeah, maybe.
I'm as free as a bird.
Like that's cool though. Like I appreciate the fact that you're so like open. Like it's
also at
very
the club and
voyeurist of
she's
you.
beating me off, and I'm like,
In the club.
I swear
On the dance floor.
Legit, I'm at the table. She's like behind me, like grabbing my shit. I was like, yo, like, please.
Over the pants or under?
Under the pants. I was like, someone's gonna get a photo, and I look over
Totally.
my friend, and he's just like that. Like, is she jerking you
Yeah.
off? And I was like, yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
like, yeah.
No, because we're at dinner as well, like chilling at Catch, and she's like trying to go onto the table. I was like, please, like, there's only so much cum that's gonna come out of this thing.
I'm honestly really shocked because like this
it's hot.
must be in the like I don't know, is this like straight culture? Like is that like
No,
normal?
I've never met anyone like this.
Okay, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like this seems so
No, I feel like you guys
wild.
have way more fun than us.
I mean, we definitely know how to get down. Like it's not like I haven't been in some threesomes for sure.
Yeah.
But like I've just never been like in more than a threesome, like more
are
group stuff.
you the little piggy in the middle? We call it a spit roast.
Not piggy in the middle.
Yeah.
Not calling me a pig.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy got spit roasted.
I have been the piggy in the middle for
Really?
sure. Yeah.
So you're a little bottom.
No, I would honestly I like to do both. I tend to bottom more,
Right.
Because I do think I have a fat juicy ass, and
I
like
think
guys
just
tend to like
could like fucking
just
suck
like
the
fucking
soul out of anything.
literally don't even come by me. It's like oh dead gone. No, but I've definitely been like in the middle of like 2 dudes before for sure. But then
Yeah.
I've also been like on the other side of it too. Like I like to kind of play around and just kind of see the
so
vibes.
threesome's your limit.
I've just never been in a situation where it could be more.
How we sucking dick, Manny?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you suck a good dick?
I mean, honestly, like, how do you not at this point? Like, there's like, I feel like as I've gotten older, I've gotten better too. Like,
Really?
it's like, I think it honestly just takes practice.
What are the trades? What are the trade secrets?
trade secrets?
This is for our ladies
a
out
lot
there
of
listening.
spit.
Spit.
You need
huge fan.
like a ton to. There's no like actual hardcore friction, but like just enough friction to be like, oh shit, like it feels fucking fire. I'm like, I can totally deep throw, like I can take one down for sure. But I think again,
Like, what are you maxing out at? 12 inches? 11?
I think the most I've ever done was like 10.
Damn.
And that's like when I was like, okay, like I had like a sore throat after,
Oh,
like I was
this is
like
not
in
fun.
pain. Like it wasn't fun. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like I'm chilling.
So big dicks are out.
I mean, it depends how big. Like,
Right.
dude, like how far are we going?
Like 10 inches over here. I don't know.
He swears. He fucking swears. But seriously, like I think
wish.
that like that's like at that point, because like let's say if I wanted like bottom, then I'm like,
Right.
you're saying that I have to go 10 inches.
Yeah, that would
Into my
That would
ass?
suck.
That's like too much.
But I feel like the asshole's never ending, no?
It does end actually. You know,
Well,
once the intestines run out, I think it's done.
No, because
I'm
just,
you what?
No,
'Cause
I'm just saying.
You've been fisted? Are you saying you've been fisted?
I was talking to my friend who is seeing this girl who's got a shallow vagina,
A shallow vagina. Okay. Does that mean that doesn't like it's a
which like he can
You
only
can't
get
put
like,
more in.
half his cock in. Maybe he's got
Got
a
it.
massive cock, but he can only get like half it in. But he's just like, oh, if you fuck, we were having a conversation like, if does the bum end if you fuck in the ass? And he's just like, no, it can go on forever.
it can definitely go farther, I'm assuming, than like a shallow vagina.
Right.
You can put more in for sure. I mean, I've never experienced shallow vagina myself, obviously.
had sex
so
with a girl?
I've never had sex with a girl.
So you knew from day one, yeah, this is it.
No, honestly, like, I had a girlfriend in high school. I've kissed girls, made out with girls. Like I've definitely like not experimented sexually, but like in the more of like emotional way, I've experimented. And I think I just knew because there was always something missing. And like, it wasn't until I kissed like a guy where I was like, oh, this feels like right
feels right.
how it should feel, or like
Were you nervous to kiss?
I was the most scared of my entire life. Like I was fucking panicking because we were in like the back seat of my friend's car.
Yeah.
And he
Was it
kind of
like-
just like leaned in.
Was it like joking around, like maybe we should kiss? Or
No, it literally was like we kind of like looked at each other, and it was like a little bit longer of a stare than like usual.
Mm-hmm.
And he like kind of put his hand on my knee because we had like, been like chatting and like
Did
texting.
you get bricked up right away?
No, I was literally freaking out. Like I'm literally
shit.
like I'm like literally shaking because
Wow.
I'm also like, mind you, again, I'm like the pray the gay away kid. Like don't want to be gay, but here I am like having a gay experience. Like I like didn't
Yeah.
even know what to think. So when we kissed, it really did feel like kind of like fireworks in a way. Because I was like,
Wow.
oh, this feels like I've kissed a lot of girls before. You know, I kissed many girls before that, and we made out
Yeah.
and the whole thing. But it was always like a little more soft.
Yeah.
And I kind of like when I'm kissing, like for it to be a little bit more intense.
Right.
Like and like kissing a guy just feels different.
Yeah.
Because there's like facial hair and like it's just a little bit more like aggressive.
Yeah.
So when I was kissing girls, it was more soft, and I was like the aggressor.
And was that guy your first?
First kiss, yeah.
No, Virginity. You didn't fuck
Oh
him?
no, we didn't. No, because literally we were in the backseat of my friend's car, and like she came back from putting gas, and we like drove home.
Oh,
So
and you
literally
never-
it's like,
you didn't
boom.
speak about it?
No, we did, but then he was like, we were talking about it. He's like, would you ever do more? And I was like, I don't think so. So gay, like I could never do that. So I think like we kind of ended talking in a way, even though I did like him. Like I think like looking back, I was like, oh, I really liked
What's
him.
his name?
I will not say his name. I will not say his name. We still follow each other on
Jonathan?
Instagram. No.
Sean
But he
Kingston?
was super cool, and I remember just thinking back like, dude, like I can't do this, and I wish I did, because I've also been, you know what's crazy, I've been in situations where I had like a friend in high school, this dude, and he was like a straight guy. He would like have sex with girls all the time. We were like 17, and we were at his house, and I remember once he was like, we were like on the computer and we were like typing about something, and he was like, you should pull some porn, and I was like, why?
Post some?
Pull up.
Oh, I'm like,
And I was like, why?
What's
I
going
was like, what the
on?
fuck you mean? And so he was like, no, just pull it up. And I was like, okay. So I pulled it up, and it was, of course, like straight porn. And I was like, I don't know what do I look at? I don't know. And so I remember like I turned around, and he had like just pulled his dick out and his like balls out, and he was like fucking with me. And he was like put him on my knee, and I'm like, stop. And like I was like doing this like, don't do that thing, because I was like, I'm straight. I don't know what you're talking about. But now I look back and I'm like, why didn't I just fucking do it? Because I think he's still like, he's straight now, and he like, I think maybe he was
They started
feeling
whacking
experimental.
kids.
Maybe I was like, was he feeling experimental, or was he just like literally like horny and just like, yo, let's just jerk off together?
Right.
I wish I like kind of
Explored that more.
explored that.
Damn, well, there you go. That's the lesson in this. Like, if someone's got their cock and balls on your knee, just grab it.
I think you're gonna have to grab the cock and the balls, like grab it by the balls, literally, literally,
Who-
grab by the balls.
When did you end up losing your virginity?
It wasn't until I was like about to turn 20, so I was like,
Oh, wow.
19, like late 19s. What about you?
So, like,
12. Tell me.
I was 14.
Okay, there we go.
I got my first blowjob at 9, though.
no.
So bad. I'm not, and again,
I mentioned that's
not trying to
very-
glorify
definitely.
any of
That's
this.
very strange.
Do not do what I do. I was just like, you know, we're a couple kids
Yeah, you're just like, whatever.
in a shed, just hanging
In a
out.
shed.
Yeah, her parents like wanted her to stay, and her brother was in the other room, and we were just all I remember is like
Huh.
the situation.
strange.
And I was like, this is weird. I don't want to do this
Like it's
anymore.
weird. Yeah, I think especially when you're like young like that, it's like
Yeah.
that's very confusing.
Confusing.
Yeah, definitely not till later on in life.
Please don't, please.
Like absolutely not. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was not till I was like, yeah, about to be 20 years old.
Was it like magic?
It was weird.
fireworks?
Honestly, it was really, really strange because I remember going and I had like downloaded Grinder
right.
because I was like, oh, well, like, is this like how you meet
You lost your
guys?
virginity of Grinder.
Yes.
Grinder success.
Oh my god! I don't know if it was a success story, but it was this dude who actually ended up he like went to my college, so we had like went to the same school, and we were like just chatting, and he was like, "Oh, you should come over. We should like watch a movie." And honestly, at the time, especially since I'm like honestly really innocent at this point, I was like, "Yeah, for sure, let's watch a movie." So I didn't really plan on doing anything, to be honest. So I go over and we're watching a movie in the bed. And he's like, "Oh, it's buffering." And so he like kind of just climbs on top of me. We start making out, and we start like doing the whole thing.
Damn, I'm gonna do that next time.
And I was
Oh, the
like,
movie's buffering.
Oh, it's buffering.
Sorry.
It won't load. It's so annoying.
Yeah, guess what?
And
I'm
it
coming on
jumps
top.
on. Yeah,
Probably
and he just jumps on top of me.
DVD of buffering.
Literally, just like this.
graphic.
It's like literally, so the wheel was going, and I was like, okay. So we just kind of started hooking up, and then like I bottomed for the first time. But it took literally, I'm not kidding you. Like it took like 20 minutes just to even get it in fully, because I was like, ow, stop.
Really?
It was like not traumatizing, but it was just like. It was also really, really big, and I was like, dude, why did I fucking do this for my first time? Like, this is not the tea.
Yeah.
It was not the tea. I'm like, I couldn't have done an average for the first one.
Yeah, please.
Like, please. So, of course, I was like very, very confused. But then, honestly, after that, I started like liking him because we would like talk and hang out, and I ended up finding out he had a boyfriend.
What a
So I was like,
piece of shit.
whore, like you
Yeah.
whore.
Yeah.
And I lived up north, so like they would like visit each other, but he didn't live there.
Damn. Did he
Yeah.
ever? Did they ever like? Did the boyfriend ever find out about it?
I don't think so, but I think they ended up becoming open later on.
Wow.
So I think that ended up turning into like an open relationship.
Are you dating anyone now? No.
No, because I feel I was seeing someone for a little while, but we ended up ending things. So I was like, no, I just don't think we're on the same wavelength. He was a lot
Right.
younger than me too, so I was like,
Not your vibe.
if we're not on the same, like, I just feel like we're not on the same trajectory. Like, it doesn't, like, age to me really it doesn't matter. Obviously, if you're like in your early 20s, 30s, 40s, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But for me, it's like more so about like where you are in like your head.
Right.
And like if you're like a cool person who like has their shit together,
Yeah.
then like yeah, like let's give it a shot. But like if you don't and like I don't want to be like the one that's like depended on for like paying
Right.
for everything.
Exactly.
And, like, that like weirds me out.
That's the vibe I've been on. I've been like, I want to have someone who has a career and is like, the biggest thing I ask people when I'm on a date with them is like, yo, what are your goals? Like, I want to see.
Yeah, like what do you do?
What do you want to, like, who do you want to become? Like, what's the person you're inspired by? Like, how do we move forward? And how can I, like, interject and, like, help you get along your path? But
Totally.
also, like, be on two different paths and then come back and, like, talk about it. Like, for me, that's the most exciting thing in a relationship. I think that's what I've struggled in the city is just, like, it's so difficult to find someone that has, like, goal. Because everyone's lost in the moment. Like, as you said, like, everyone's in the little bubble, like, doing their own thing. So it's, like, hard to find people that are real and like, yo, this is the end goal. You know?
Well, it's also like hard for me too because I think I also have this stress of like people taking advantage of me, like on dates, and I'm like, dude, I've been on dates when guys were like, should we collab after?
Oh,
And I was like,
that's how our
you're kidding.
collab came about.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
See, but and you know, it just ended up being fine because we had such a good date
Oh,
that it was okay. We didn't care. But yeah, so it's like oh, like let's do a video
that's so
together. And I'm like,
gross.
dude, like I didn't even know you knew who I was.
Yeah.
Let alone like I don't want to be in the situation where like you're trying to use me for something or I feel like I'm being taken advantage of in some situation.
Yeah.
Like I want you to get to know me for Manny, not for Manny MUA. I think that at the end of the day that's what I want is like I feel like I'm so much more than just like my online presence.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like deep and like sweet and like I have these good qualities, but I think a lot of people just see the glam and they're just like, oh, like you have a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Oh, you this and this, and I'm like, dude, like that's not what it all
You
is.
have a big house. The house is massive.
Thank you.
The house is crazy.
Thank you, and I have a great dog.
Oh.
I like honestly, like it would.
You
be
have it all.
great. Yeah.
You just have it all.
I don't have it all, but I definitely have gotten to the point now where I'm like, dude, like I have been set in my, like I'm set in the way of like I'm comfortable and like I'm okay and my career is doing good and everything's going good. So I think I kind of just want someone that like would be down to experience like all the cool stuff with me too.
Yeah. What is,
You know?
for our young kings and queens, what is the first step to becoming a makeup artist? Like, what could you see as beneficial advice for someone who maybe wants to experiment, maybe a little bit confused about all this stuff? Like, how would you get started looking back?
In makeup or on social media?
In both. Like right now, if you were starting, you're like 20 or 19 years old, and you're just like, I want to be like Manny. What advice would you give that person?
I think for me now, times are obviously different, but I would say definitely multi-platform. Get every of the platforms. Like make sure you have a vision in mind and like a goal set in place. And I think that it's about the hustle, right?
Yeah.
It's like about putting out content that people want to see. And for example, for me, like as a brand owner too, like obviously I have my own brand, and whenever I'm
what's it
looking
called?
through
Plug
Lunar
it.
Beauty, whenever I'm looking through Lunar Beauty's like tags and stuff like that, and I see people posting with like great quality photos, and they might have a small following, but they have great quality photos. If you can see that they put a lot of time into their art, like I'm going to be paying attention to that. And I'm going to be like, hey, let me send you PR, or like, hey, let me repost you on my brand's page. So I think it's important to kind of put the effort into the quality of your content just in general.
Yeah.
And also like try on TikTok. Like TikTok is one of those cool platforms where you can like blow up overnight.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can make a viral video. Like try to put yourself out there in every way, shape, or form that you can, and invest in the quality of your shit rather than it being like, I don't want to see super dark lighting that's like blurry.
Right.
Like I don't want to see it. Like as someone that's like a brand owner, like I don't want to see it. Like I want to see something that's high quality and nice. And even if it's an iPhone photo, I take all of my photos on my iPhone photos.
Yeah.
But like just take a photo that or video, whatever it might be, just put like effort into your content because I think you can see it.
Well, I think the biggest thing is reinvest in yourself as well.
Totally.
Like that's the only way that other people have got ahead is they've put their money that they've made or they've invested in a craft and made it happen. But also top tip, if you're trying on TikTok and it's not working, just make a new account. Like obviously keep your old one, but make a new account because they favor new videos and new accounts because
they do well.
They want you to stay on the platform. Long cock. Mr. Manny, anything you want to plug? Anything? Any final words?
Long cock is the funniest shit I've ever fucking like. Honestly, when I'm texting you and it's like, "Hey, big cock," "Hey, little cock," it's that every fucking day. Like honestly, me and Harry text pretty often, and it's literally that all the time. And I'm like, "What's up, little cock? How you doing?"
Little
On my way.
asparagus.
But honestly, the thing I want to plug is like I have my own podcast too called Full Coverage, and it's with my best friend, and it's
Any
super,
trash
super
talks
fun.
me in it.
What?
Trash talks me in it. Go
Okay, I
listen
only
to that
did
episode.
it one time, and it was very nice.
That was very good. You could have gone a lot worse.
I could have gone
I wouldn't
a lot
have cared.
harder in.
Very good.
Well, I had already
now
just
you know
talked to
our
you.
limits, so you can.
I had
really-
already just talked to you,
You
so
can call me a piece of shit next time.
I'm
Not
like, what?
next time.
No,
No,
no, it's not gonna happen
no,
next
no,
time.
no,
Baby,
no.
it's not gonna happen next
No,
time. I'll
it's
make
not.
sure. I'm gonna fucking come and just choke you out.
Oh,
If
shit.
it happens,
Kinky.
again.
What
no.
are we plugging? Go.
Full Coverage podcast. Find me on Manny Mua on everything. I have a beauty brand called Lunar Beauty, and it's the
so
dopest
amazing.
shit
it's,
ever.
It's really good. I
I
wear it
put
every
on-
day.
Yeah, I put it on you,
You did.
and it
really
was
good.
beautiful.
We look stunning. Yeah. Also, go watch our video together on Manny's channel.
Yes,
it was really
hila-
good.
You guys, I kind of want to do a thing where he glams me.
Yeah, it would be the
I think that'd
worst
be
day
kinda
of your life.
Funny as fuck.
It
it
would
would be
be-
terrible, but I think it'd be really funny.
It would be the worst day of your
It'd
life.
be terrible,
Horrible.
but hilarious.
Look, we're gonna
like
do
I
it.
would love to see
We're
you
gonna do
glam
it.
me.
All my loves, please give Manny some love. He deserves it. He's a sweetheart, and he's one of the realest people that I've met in the city. Most importantly, a great friend. So I just want to say thank you for coming on
Thank
and
you.
keep me accountable.
I will.
For my fuck ups.
Trust me, I'll be keeping all my friends accountable for their fucking shit.
Oh.
Behind the scenes, I'm not trying to be like this bitch ass bitch in real life or on social media, but like in real life, I'm like, let me come over and talk to you real
Yeah,
quick.
like a real friend. Drop a comment, show some love, leave 5 stars, and kiss your friends goodnight.
We love you guys.